Welcome back to Sports Cards Analysis. I'm JT with another case break simulation. Today we got 2024 Topps Heritage Baseball. A good product, very popular product, a cheap product though, which usually means that there's goods and bads. The checklist might suffer a little bit because of the value, the cost of the case, the cost of the product itself. But you know what? This is a great every collector kind of product. It's good for kids, good for adults, good for everybody. Disclaimer, I'm going to give you a ton of information here. Hopefully it will help you buy into breaks and make informed decisions. But if you don't hit in a break, that's not my fault. This is just helpful information. I'm not telling you to do anything. All right. So the cost of a case at Steel City is $1194.95. And the reason why I give that price is because breakers are going to get kind of a deal on these cases, and then they're going to do a little upcharge so that they can make a profit. That's the whole point of breaking. It's not just to give back to the community for free. It's to, make some money. So I think that this accounts for their discount plus the profit. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But what we're going to do here is the very first thing I'm going to show you. If you're new to my channel, this explanation is for you. I am going to show you based on the card breakdown, the type of cards, autographs, memorabilia, variations, inserts, things like that, what the distribution per team is. And then if you want to pay for the probability of hitting that card type by team, what you should pay. And all I've done is I've split the cost of the case across every card in this set. So if a team has 4,593 autographs, I distribute that equally until it reaches, for every team, until it reaches $1194.95. That's what I've done there. So that way, that's what the prices might be if you're gonna if the breakers are gonna price their breaks based on the distribution of cards per card type. So there's some guesswork in here. I will admit I do the best I can at calculating everything, and I think I did a pretty good job because now that Fanatics owns Topps, they put out the odds, the pack odds for everything. And so I'm able to calculate with decent accuracy. However, I am using a personal laptop, so some of this stuff, like the base cards, they're probably out of 50,000. But if I put 50,000 of each card, 500 cards, well, there's some short prints in there, but if I did that on my computer, it would probably crash. So anyway, long story short, let's look at what you should pay by team if you just want to pay for the probability of hitting one of these teams by card type. So total number of autographs, the team with the most autographs is the Pirates. They have 4,593. Again, that's based on print runs that I've calculated through the pack odds. Cardinals, Yankees, Orioles, Cubs, Reds, Angels, Red Sox, Athletics, A's, of course, and the Giants are the top 10. So if you want to pay for the probability of hitting an autograph by team, this is how you would distribute that. Now, this doesn't take into account the value of the players, the value of the cards, the rarity of the cards, any of that. Just equally distributed all of the dollars of the case cost here across the teams. So there's your top 10. There's your 11 through 20, 21 through 30. And then we start getting into these dual teams, which I do not break out. So there you go. I'm not even going to go any further than that. There's a couple teams buried in there. But that is that. I'm not going to show you the cost distribution for any of these other types of cards because autographs is really what you should be chasing. If you're buying into breaks based on anything other than autographs, unless it's something like triple threads where you're purposely going after memorabilia, I don't really know what you're doing. So you're either going for autographs or total cards. So if you're going for total cards, then you want to go for the Rangers. Here's your top 10 in total cards and the price distribution there. That's page 2. That's page 3. And now all you want to do here is just take screenshots so that you have information when you go and you find your breakers prices. You can look at this and say, okay, well, maybe the Pirates are priced a little too high based on that. I should pay a little less. But, the Pirates have the most autos, so you might want to go with that. Now, I also price all these cards. I list a value for every card based on who it is, the rarity of the card, the type of card, whether it's an insert, autograph, memorabilia, etc., and I give it a value. And then I've built my own custom simulation to simulate case breaks. I do that 200 times, and then I calculate an ROI, return on investment, Before I do that, I try to gauge how good a product is. And I rank players based on their value and their popularity 1 through 5. And that would be 5 would be this card will sell immediately, once your eBay auction's done, or if you do buy it now, it'll sell today and at a high profit. Ones will be guys who probably don't sell at all or maybe go to team collectors. You'll probably lose money on that card. Autographs worth like $4 to $10, something like that. That would be a 1. So in this product, here's how it's distributed 1 through 5 in each category. There's not a lot of 5s in this product. Even when there are, the print runs are low. There are some exceptions, like Mike Trout has a real 1 autograph in this. And I believe there's, maybe a print run of about 500 there. I'm not sure if Mike Trout signs as many as everyone else. They don't put that information out, but there's definitely some 5s in here, but not a lot of 5s and 4s. You're going to stick more towards your, average player. This product is great for team collectors because it gets you some of the players that don't show up in other products. The higher end stuff like triple threads or, Dynasty or whatever. Any of these higher end ones that come like 1 pack per box or whatever. You don't get a lot of these 2s in there. You don't get a lot of the 1s. This product, you're going to get a lot of those guys. So good on this product for team collectors, but overall the autograph checklist as a whole really comes out at a 2.8. I would say a good average product would be about a 3. So this is below that, even though the middle is 2.5. It's kind of a below average product for autograph checklist. For the full product checklist, even lower, and that again is because there's so many 2s and 1s in here, even some 3s. So 2.5 out of 5. And these rankings are just, where it falls kind of on this distribution, kind of an average value of the product. Okay, so let's talk about ROI, return on investment. So you bought into a break and in this situation, and you're watching my video for the first time, this is for you. If not, skip ahead 10 seconds. Say you're ready to buy into some breaks. You want to buy a team. Instead of buying it once, you buy it 200 times in 200 different breaks. Things tend to average out. You get, you hit really well, or sometimes you don't hit at all, and you get a big goose egg. These prices are averaged out of all 200. So over 200 case breaks, what's the average return on investment? The Yankees do return very well. They have the best product strength, and what that means is that once I add up all the values that I've assigned all the cards, the Yankees come out on top. They also have the best autograph checklist. They have the best inserts checklist parallels. They have the second best variations checklist. They have the 11th best memorabilia checklist. So that's how you read that. Full product strength, they're the best team to buy. And that actually does. So this is just based on the full checklist, this ranking. This number is based on my 200 case break simulation. So over 200 case breaks, we're averaging about $100 return on investment on the Yankees. Now that doesn't mean that's what you're going to get. Remember that disclaimer. That's just what happens over 200 cases in my simulation. Now the Padres, they come in way less, almost half as much, and it keeps going down from there. So remember, there's a lot of cases where you won't hit at all, like the Twins. So that's why it's 1154. So this is the top 10. Take a screenshot, use that. Here's the 11 through 20, and here's page 3. So here's your top 30 on ROI. Now, what about only when it hits? So that showed you all 200 cases. But what if we took out the cases where you don't hit? How do these teams fare? So maybe you want to buy into 200 cases or 100 cases or whatever it might be, and you just want to know when it hits, how is it going to do? How well are we going to do? Well, so how you read this table is the team, the card type, how many cases it hit in, and what the ROI was. So the Royals in Topps Heritage 2024, Royals autographs appeared in 16 out of 200 cases. So what is that, 1/20th? Just over one, what is that? Maybe 1/8, something like that. And when it did, in those 16 cases, we averaged about $133.81 profit. Well, not profit, just, net. So That's how you read this table. So the Yankees autographs appeared in 47 cases, so 1/4 of the time, and you got about $117 ROI. So kind of close to the 200 cases. But this is just for autographs. So there are a lot of short prints. There's a lot of variations, and some of those variations are worth a lot of money. So here's the top 10 for when it hits. Keep an eye on this. This is going to tell you just how rare it might be to hit some of these teams. The Mets autographs only appeared in 5 cases. So while they do well with the checklist, you don't get hits that often. This, however, for every 4 cases you open, you probably wind up getting an Orioles autograph. So that's a good way to read this chart. Don't get fooled by a good checklist. Just because the checklist is good doesn't mean that the print runs are really high. So use this information. This simulation is a good measuring stick for how common and how rare some of these teams might be. So here's the next. Here's 11 through 20. Still in the autograph range here, and the ROI there, the cases there. Page 3. Now we're starting to see some of the variations, some of the memorabilia. You got Angels memorabilia. We're averaging about $32 per card or per break on 36 breaks. That memorabilia for the Angels appeared in. We got variations for the Diamondbacks, a lot of Corbin Carroll stuff in there. There's some high dollar stuff in there too. So there you go. There's page 4. Page 5, I'll just go through the first 10 of these. So you'll have 100 teams to go off of. So there's 6, 7. We got Padres base coming in. It hits in all 200. Obviously, it's base. There's page 8, page 9, and page 10. So there you go. There's 100 of the top hit types by team and the ROI and the number of cases it hits in. So what about the rarity of those sets? So flashback autograph relics, I believe, is a very low print run set. It only appeared in 2 out of 200 cases. So the reason why I show you this is because you might look on Check Out My Cards or eBay and you might see flashback autograph relics listed for $80 to $100 for one of them. But then you come to my videos and you say, well, I hit a flashback autograph relic. Is it really only worth $80? Because it only showed up in 2 cases. So maybe price it a little higher until you start to see more of those appear on eBay or more of them appear on Check Out My Cards. You know, same thing, Topps MVP buyback autographs. It's probably got to be worth more than $31. It only appeared in 3 cases. So I'm showing you the top 10 here just so you can look at this and say, wow, throwback uniform variations are very rare. They only showed up 8 times out of 200 cases. So maybe price it up a little more. This is just your standard kind of pricing. It's probably worth more than that. So there you go. Now, what about by player? So who has the most autographs in this product? Well, based on the calculations that I did and the pack odds that were put out by Fanatics, Jim Palmer has the most autographs in this set. So it remains that the Orioles are a good team to buy, even with all the star power that they have currently. These are former players. So we can look at a couple of the, highly popular teams. Here's your top whatever for autographs on the Yankees. See, your best name kind of falls a little. I say it's kind of tied up here with 574. Now these might not be totally accurate. There's some guesswork there. Is it possible that Juan Soto signed all 574 cards? Yes, of course, but there's also some likelihood that his print run, maybe Dominguez's print run, are a little lower than these other guys. So keep that in mind. You can get yourself a nice Nestor Cortez autograph in this set. So there you go. There's the Yankees. Let's look at maybe the Dodgers. People like the Dodgers. See how they are. They don't have a lot of autographs in this set. They only 2 guys here, Outman and Sheehan. I guess no one else has any. Ohtani doesn't have any autos in this set. That seems crazy. But yeah, that's the truth. But he does have a lot of variations, 2,448. What about, let's look at the Cubs. Cubs have some. You got Pete Crow Armstrong, high prospect there. Nico Horner. Seiya Suzuki. Nope, nothing. Okay. As you can see, there's not a ton here, but Trout has some, and it's pretty common to not see him. Nolan Ryan has a bunch. So there you go. So there's by player. That's about all I'll cover right now. Johnny Bench got some in there. Who else? Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Ellie De La Cruz has 600 about. Corbin Carroll has some. Keep in mind, Corbin Carroll's been signing a lot of baseball cards, so I don't know if his market's going to be saturated here. Cards by team, this includes base and everything else. Here it is, 1 through 10. This is your top 10. So remember when I said don't just look at the cards in the checklist, because the Reds have 40 unique different cards. But look at where they are on the print run. Once you look at the print run, they're way down. So there you go. And again, some of this it doesn't account for cards I had to remove because of my processor on my computer. So keep that in mind. Now, if you're chasing one of ones, there's 263 one of ones in this product. Okay, that's a very low number of one of ones, but there are 3,000 one of fives. But one of ones is what we're talking about. And if you are looking for one of ones, here's the top 10 teams with one of ones in order from most to least in the top 10. The Reds have 23 one of ones in this product. So if you're chasing one of ones, hey, buy the Reds. They have a ton. So now let me show you what one case simulation looks like. This is the 200th case out of the case break simulation. And I've got this sorted by print run. So just to show you the lowest print run cards, what type of autos did I get, things like that. Got a real one autograph here of Gray Kessinger. I don't even know who that is. Let's see, we got some chrome cards, some base variations, flip stocks, things like that. Now, these aren't numbered, these flip stocks, but based on the pack odds, that's about what I expect the flip stock to be. So keep that in mind when you're looking through this. Some of this is based on my own calculations, color swap variations, things like that. Here's page 2. So this is just what, the 200 case break simulation is going to look like there. And the reason I show you is just to show you that, hey, I do the simulation. These are the results you can expect. You can't expect every single card to be a Mike Trout and Corbin Carroll autograph. Some of them are going to be duds. But we did get one of ones. It looks like we got 10 one of ones in 200 case breaks. That's not bad, actually. It's not great either. So if you are chasing one of ones, this might not be the product for you. But here are the ones that we did hit. Well, this is a really good one. This patch here, Aaron. Jazz Chisholm Superfractor, that's cool. And, not the greatest. Giancarlo Stanton Superfractor. So some good stuff, some not so great stuff. Now, over the course of 20 breaks, what I've shown you so far over the course of 200 breaks is the top teams to buy over all the breaks. But why don't we break it down break by break for 20 breaks? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you each of these bar charts is one break. And the ROI, the return on investment per team for that break. So you can see that there are teams like the Yankees who are consistently good. They return really, really well. The Padres return well. The Angels return well. But there's other teams that fluctuate. So find the team that you're interested in buying and see how much they fluctuate over time. That should give you an idea of what to expect, how much to pay, how just intense you should get, go in all in or not at all. So just find that team and look over the course of 20 breaks. Now, the Yankees are super inflated here just because of all those short prints and variations. They really do return a decent value here. So maybe pay attention to these other teams because the Yankees seem to just do well all the time. So there you go for 20 breaks there. So back to all 200, here's the results by team. Did I get the same order as what the checklist shows? No, the Yankees they gave me the most. So here's the cards I got the most of in my 200 in the top 10 for 200 case breaks. What about by print run? Well, I got those 10 one of ones. I got 2 Brewers. So even though the Reds had the most, I didn't get a single Reds one of one. So there you go, print run 1. I got that. All right, what about by card type? This is the last chart of the video. So for autographs, for 200 case breaks, I got 72 Cardinals, 59 Pirates, 59 Orioles, 54 Yankees, etc. You can read it for yourself. So there's the top 10 in autographs. What about inserts? I got these in the inserts. Top 10, here's the top 10 for memorabilia, which you will get a lot of because each box contains an auto or a memorabilia card. So keep that in mind. You're not going to hit an auto every single box. Parallels, there you go. Variations, we got 80 Mariners, 70 Pirates, 63 Dodgers. So there you go. That is 2024 Topps Heritage. Longer video than usual, but I figure I'll get some new viewers. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Thanks for watching. Join me next time, and good luck in your breaks, everyone. That's the point of this. Good luck.